Welcome back to another edition of Gary's Record Collection. This time out, we are going back to the mid-1980s to look at an album that was a huge hit in two different genres. It united two different genres with one song. And if you haven't figured it out just because I say 1986, well, here it is. Here's the album. It's Run-DMC's Raising Hell. And this is the one where they had the collaboration with Aerosmith on Walk That Way. Here it is. This is the actual album, what I got back in 86. You can see the hype sticker is still on there. It says at the end, what was it? Buy this record or else. Well, I did. Because it was awesome. I was looking forward to the collaboration. I had heard it on the radio that it was coming out, and I wanted to hear Aerosmith. And it was interesting at the time because Aerosmith was sort of like on the rocks, although I guess that was an album of theirs, but it wasn't the one that was out at the time. Their last album was done with Mirrors, and it was not well received. So I think they were on the precipice of maybe calling it quits or losing their record contract or whatever, or falling out of popularity for sure. But it was rejuvenated when they hooked up with Run-DMC to work on Walk This Way. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. Right off the top of the album, I love this song. It just has a great beat to it. It has a great break to it. And we're going to go right here. We'll start now with Peter Piper.
Pick peppers, but run rock, rhyme, Humpty, Dumpty, fell down. That's his art. Time, Jackie, nimble, what? Nimble, and he was quick, but jam, mass mud, faster, Jack saw Jay's dick. Now little Bo Peep Cole lost her sheep, and Rip Van Winkle fell a hell asleep. And out of chilling summer in Wonderland, Jack serving Jill bucket in his hand. His damn master Jay's making out that sound. The turntables might wobble, but they don't fall down.
Jam Master Jay came off the crossfader. I love that lyric. And it's funny because I have friends who still say, like, have you heard Run-DMC? Have you heard of Run-DMC? And then I just start reciting the lyrics and they're like, apparently you do. That break in the song, what a fantastic break. And they used it, they looped it and used it. And of course that is from a song called Take Me to the Mardi Gras, put out by Bob James in like 1975 or so, which was actually a cover of a Paul Simon song that came out in 1973. So this is Paul Simon was the original, and covered by Bob James, and then sampled by Run-DMC. It is hilarious. But so here is the original. You heard Run-DMC. Here is the original. And it has that little rise and shine that's in there that you heard in Run-DMC's. And then you go on. This is the rest of the song by Bob James. And none of this was sampled except for like the trombone break a little bit later into the song. But it was really just that first 8 measures of the song with the drum break and the bells in there too that make it just a perfect thing to use as a beat underneath what Run-DMC was singing about. Another song on that first side, they followed that with It's Tricky, but my actual probably favorite on here is the song that they did about what they were wearing on their feet.
My Adidas walked through concert doors and roamed all over Coliseum floors. I stepped on stage at Live Aid, all the people gave and the poor got paid. And out of speakers I did speak. I wore my sneakers, but I'm not a sneak. My Adidas touched the sand of a foreign land. With Mike in hand, I close took command. My Adidas indeed close as can be. We make a mean team, my Adidas and me. We get around together, we're down forever, and we won't be had with
this is another one that I just had memorized the lyrics for because I just loved that song. It just had a great infectious beat to it, and it's a song about shoes, for crying out loud. Years later, and I found it on YouTube just by browsing one night, but years later, there was a music video made for this from Adidas, and it was all just basically graphic oriented, but they did have a little bit of archival footage of Run-DMC in concert in the mid 1980s. But it's still out there. It's a great video to watch. It just has all the lyrics, has a lot of pictures. It's just a fun watch. Now, later as we get into the end of My Adidas, it goes right into Walk This Way. There's no break between the songs. So here we go. This is the end of My Adidas. Here's Steven Tyler.
Walk this way, talk this way. She told me to walk this way, talk this way. Walk this way, talk this way. Well, just give me a kiss.
Well, I tell you that I look forward to this song coming out. I loved Walk This Way. It was I had the album from 75, and it was on Greatest Hits, I guess, where I had it originally. But it was on the radio all the time on what we could now call classic rock. It was on the radio all the time. So here comes Run-DMC and Aerosmith together, and really it was just like Steven Tyler and Joe Perry of Aerosmith that did the collaboration. And of course there was a music video. Now the problem was, back in 1986, I lived out in the country. There was no cable TV to be had. So what was my resource for videos? That's right, Friday Night Videos on NBC. And it was listed in TV Guide. And so here we are setting up the Betamax VCR. We are recording Friday Night Videos because I want to see this video. And there are slightly different changes to the mix of the song, the edit of the song. It was a little more, the single version was a little more brief. And in the video, you only see Steven Tyler and Joe Perry. There are no other members of Aerosmith in the band. They are represented kind of like off in the shadows, but it's really Steven and Joe Perry. And then, of course, the members of Run-DMC are prominent. So, and of course, back in the day, too, it was like Walk This Way, because it was big. It came out with, here we go, the bonus. This is the 12-inch single. And if you look on the back, well, you get Walk This Way, and you get Walk This Way, the instrumental. So it was like, well, you know what? While I'm buying it, I might as well pick that up. And now, you may remember, this was what jump-started Aerosmith back into prominence. After this, they put out the album Permanent Vacation with, like, I think every song on that album was a hit, a top 10 hit. It seemed like it, at least. The Dude Looks Like a Lady, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So really the rejuvenation of Aerosmith to propel them back into the top, where they've stayed for many, many years, really due to the credit of collaborating with Run-DMC. And it all started with Raising Hell. There it is, 1986. I have this on my iPod. This is just a wonderful thing to listen to. It's sad that Run-DMC is not around anymore to put out stuff, but boy, they were number one in their prime. You can't deny that at all. So Run-DMC, Raising Hell. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time on Gary's Record Collection.